78.6 FM Yoma Time, positive vibes with Winsome. Let's try that again. Hey everybody, how you doing? I'm just getting back from vacation, a little break, a little school. So I'm getting used to being back in the booth. I missed it though, man. Let me put my glasses on. I just want to see everybody. Hello. Can you see me? I can see you. Hey man, 1,440 minutes in a day. Whew, 1,440 minutes in a day. I was having a great conversation with someone this weekend about how important those are, right? And what we do with those minutes that we have each and every single day. I think when we're younger, we don't even factor in how important that time is. And the older you get, you start realizing how special, you start realizing how magical time is because you get more of it. You start realizing that every day is a new opportunity to grow. Every day is a new opportunity to learn. Every day is a new opportunity to do something better than you did yesterday, right? To make a change, to meet a goal, to anything is possible with each new day. In that same conversation, we talked about how people will also jump aimlessly into those days. 1,440 minutes, they just throw it away. Whatever happens, happens. It's like a crapshoot. Whatever happens, happens. And if you don't value your time, you don't value yourself, you don't value your goals, your future, your story enough, then that's exactly what happens with those minutes every single day. We had a friend that broke it down to seconds, right? It was kind of cool. How many seconds are in a day? How many minutes in a day? How many hours? Of course, right? But the point is, what are you doing with your day, each new day that you're given? And like I mentioned, I was traveling, so I woke up late today. I had a plan. I was going to get up at 7, go to the gym, go see the lighthouse for a couple of hours, what I always do for my Saturdays. But my body did not want to get up this morning. It was like, no, you've been moving. We know you can move, but right now you need to be still. Go to sleep. That's what my body did this morning. So when I got up, it was more of a, okay, how much time do I have left? And it's not how much time do I have left in the day, how much time do I have left to the show? What did I have that I had built into my morning that now I have to move to the second half of my day? I had told someone special to me, I said, hey, look, after this show, I got to go to the base and I got to go run because I didn't get to fit that into that 1,440 minutes that I had planned. I had to change it and shift to the second half of my day. And that's the thing about life and our journey and our stories. Sometimes we can have it all planned out perfectly, beautifully. We can have a dream, a goal, a vision. But sometimes we have to shift. And the crazy things about that shift is sometimes that shift takes us in a direction we didn't expect. Sometimes we didn't want. And sometimes it's difficult. Some are easy, magical. But it's about how do you prepare for change. So a lot of people get anxiety, right? Some of the most stressful times in people's lives these days are moving, right? Transition, change in their lives. Things are different. Relationship changes, movements in the world, financial changes. Change is what causes stress for a lot of people. How do you handle that change? How do you handle that shift? You can't prepare for it because a lot of times you don't see it coming. But when you're riding these days to the fullest, when you're taking everything you can and you're pulling every little bit that you can out of that 1,440 minutes, you can plan it differently. You know where to put those shifts, those possible obstacles, those things that might get in the way. You know where to put them. And, you line it up. And when you're planning, you say, I might bump into this obstacle. Give you an example. Friends, 4th of July weekend. A lot of obstacles possibly in the way, right? Travel documents, PCR testing, people now wanting to have to pay money for tickets, people now wanting to get out the door because they don't want to worry about that long line when you're coming back to Tokyo, the long way around to get out through the exit, right? People don't want to deal with all that, right? These are obstacles, things to get in the way. There are so many reasons that I should not have been able to hit 3 countries in 6 days. So many obstacles, so many reasons and excuses I could have given myself not to be able to hit 3 different countries in 6 days. But let me tell you what happens when you believe. Let me tell you what happens when you stop allowing the possible outcomes, the possible obstacles to keep you and defeat you from doing things that you see in front of you. I always say this, right? I always tell people you're limitless. And one of my big brothers called me today around probably about 12:30, asking me about my trip. And he said, "Hey, Winsome, you back?" I said, "Yeah, man, I'm back. I flew in. I told him about the story and the stops and the magical opportunity that presented itself to continue traveling after class. It was an amazing, everything just lined up perfectly." And he was saying, he's been here 16 years. My big brother's been here 16 years, married, have his family, his daughters in school. He has free reign to travel. You know what he told me? This is someone I look up to, older than me, been here forever. He said, those are places that are on my bucket list. And I was like, what? He said, I've been here 16 years, and I've never gotten up and gotten out the door to hit those locations. So I'm grateful for you because you've motivated me to get up, get out there, and actually get this out the way. I've been here 2.5, 3 years, right? She's been here 16. These places are within arm's reach, and he's never found a way. He shared that with me today, and it motivated me and inspired to keep going and keep doing these things because there's always someone watching what you're doing with your 1,440 minutes of each day. Easy could have said, I'm coming back to Okinawa. Nope. It's beautiful there. It's paradise. I don't need to go anywhere else. I'm going to stay here. I'm comfortable. I don't like traveling. That's a long flight. I'm not doing so many different excuses. But instead, you live each moment like it's your last. You live that 1,440 minutes like you're not going to get more after. You do everything you can, and you put everything you can in there, and you live that life in that time that you know you have. Sometimes you won't feel like it. I'll say that out loud and immediately start to show off with that. Sometimes you won't feel like it. I've been there. There's people that are close to me that'll tell you there's times I get up and I'm like, nope. Yes, all I say, nope, I'm not doing it today. Because you're human. Because you have to know when to press pause, when to reset, and when to stop as well. When your body is telling you, hey, you need a break. When your mind is telling you, let's call time out for a minute. When your body is telling you, hey, man, you got a little pain in that knee, you might need to slow down. When your mind is saying, hey, you've been up all week, you've shifted hours, you need to relax, you need to find time for you. In the third segment, we're going to talk about of course, the integrated resiliency team on Kadena. And we're talking about physical resiliency and the body-mind connection right now. And sometimes your body and your mind are telling you things to keep you going. Whereas other times when you're going through some things, they might be keeping you and holding you back. Those are the times you got to tell your mind to shut up and just keep moving forward. We're going to get to that in a minute. I can't wait to talk about that in the third segment. But let's talk about these 1,440 minutes in your day. What are you doing with them? You already know if you work 8, 9 hours a week, you got to subtract that from whatever you have left, right? So subtract those 8 hours, 9 hours in your day. You give yourself lunchtime. Guess what happens with that lunch break that you have? And it's the coolest thing in the world when you're talking about the break that you have. That's your time. What do you do with it? When I see people at work that stay at work during lunch, I get frustrated and infuriated. No, in a loving way. Get out of here. Go do something for you. Go run an errand. Go pay a bill. Go to the gym. Go do something that you need to do for you in this time that you're being given back. This is literally what it's created for, is your time. So you have those people that stay around and playing on the computer or walking around talking to people at work. No, guess what? I guarantee you those folks that you're sitting there talking to when their lunch break comes up, they're going to go take their time. And you're going to be sitting there with no break, no mental reset, no opportunity to get ready for what's next without taking the time out. So take your lunch break, right? I should have called the show that. Take your lunch break. Take your time back. So then you got your before work and after work if you're working. before work. How you waking up? 1,446 minutes in a day. How much time are you giving yourself in the morning to do what? To get prepared for whatever comes at you. When you wake up in the morning and you're focused and you're goal oriented, you know you want to have a great day. You tell yourself today is going to be a great day. There's no way you can't have a good day if you've already convinced yourself that no matter what happens, you are. No matter what negativity shows up in your life, you already have a plan. My plan is to have a great day. What obstacles might come your way today? What things are you going to be dealing with that you knew were in front of you? What possible obstacles might you encounter? You know, sometimes life punches you in the mouth because you had a plan and you weren't ready. But what are some of the things you can mentally prepare yourself for? How do you get yourself in a positive mindset in the morning? Do you go to the gym? Do you go running? Do you wake up and meditate? What do you do in the morning to get yourself in a positive mindset? And all these people who listen to self-help books, speakers in the mornings, probably the audio books, whatever they're listening to for some motivation. Let me tell you something, man. Motivation starts with you. You can listen to 1,000 different people in the morning before work, but if you're not focused and if you don't believe that you're going to have a great day and that you're not trying to go out and be the best version of you and you're not consistently fighting for that, it's not going to happen because you already don't believe it. Your mind achieves what you believe. That's that body-mind connection a little bit too, right? Because your body's going to get up and do it if your mind says you can't. So how are you starting your morning off? What are you putting in your body? I always wake up. People laugh at me. I always wake up the same way. I'm searching for my vitamins and my Bang energy drink. Not that I'm highlighting them, Cass, not for marketing purposes. This is my day. So I start my morning off, right? Recently, the funny thing, I started drinking some water in the morning, along with they say you're supposed to match the energy with water, whatever, caffeine with water intake. So that's something I've been trying to do in the morning. If I have water, I need to make sure that's part of my prep for the night before. So what I'm going to do when we get out the radio show, I'm going to go and get me some waters because I'm out. So that's one of the things that you plan into your morning, plan into your day, what you're doing with your 1,440 minutes that you have. How do you start your mornings off? It's so important to start off with affirmation. It's so important to say something good. See the good in your day. Woo, I'm up, man. It's beautiful outside. Let me tell you here, a morning in Okinawa, a morning in Yomatan Village. I don't have curtains. The natural sunlight wakes my butt up, cooking me in the morning too, boy. Let me tell you. You wake up and you go out and you look out the window and you're like, wow. Every room in my house, no curtains. Folks out there, don't be trying to look in my apartment complex. Let me just tell you, stay mind your business. But every room in the house, no curtains. So everywhere I walk, I can see how beautiful it is outside. I tell you this every time I'm on here, Okinawa has some of the greenest greens, some of the bluest blues, some of the most beautiful water I've seen in the world. And if you know me, you know I've seen water all over the world. I've never seen beaches as beautiful as this. People laugh, they talk about, hey man, I'm trying to get back to, I want to go to Florida or I want to go on a cruise. And all these areas they're talking about that I've seen, and I'm like, there's nothing that compares to Okinawa that I've seen. I haven't been to Hawaii. I would tell you that's one place that I have been able to see the beaches and explore, Hawaii. But I've seen these beaches. Every single beach that I've been able to see has been amazing. Got a chance to go to Miyakojima. And Miyakojima had a beach to ourselves. We was out there. There's nobody else in this little beach. It was amazing. It was beautiful. And just taking pictures, putting my legs up. I didn't want to get all the way in. I wasn't in beach shape, so I didn't want to take my shirt off. But I'm looking at the clear water, and I'm like, wow. And then you come back to this part of Okinawa, you get on a kayak. Man, I got so many stories. 78.6 FM Yoma Time. Positive vibes of Winsome. We'll be right back after this break. 78.6 FM Yoma Time, positive vibes of Winsome. Man, it's good to be back. So if you've been listening, you know I just came back. I got an opportunity to see over this long break, Bangkok, Thailand, Singapore, and Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam. That was 3 countries in 6 days. The Bangkok, Thailand, I got a chance to go on a river tour, see some of the housing structures, the floating market. The hotel staff was amazing, beautiful. It was really chill. I can't complain at all. Everyone was so kind, so nice. Got over to Singapore. Now, let me tell you, that was to have that opportunity to see the history there, meet some of the people, speak about, these topics, which are amazing. Always fun for me. And then to go out and see some of the things that I've always seen online. Man, those places like the marina that looks like a ship on the structure, the lion spitting water, man, just all of these things. And then you hear the story while you're going through the tours, and they're telling you what it is and what it means, the history, the stories, even some of the monuments, man, just knowing what they really stand for, what you're looking at when you're seeing these pictures. It was an amazing opportunity to see some place that was on my bucket list. And if you guys don't know, the only place I got left is Egypt on my bucket list, right? So I've hit up every place else. When I got here, it was 3. It was Vietnam, it was the Philippines, and it was Vietnam, Philippines, and Egypt. And Thailand kind of snuck in there, right? I wasn't supposed to be there, but Thailand I had to go through to get to Singapore. So I got a kind of a bonus location on it. It wasn't a bucket list item. Then from Singapore, Ho Chi Minh City, I remember I called my boss, and I said, boss, I'm across the street right now, handling business, and I'm right next to Ho Chi Minh City. And I said, I want to go to Vietnam. And he said, 2 words that just lit me up. He said, have fun. That's all he said. Have fun. And I was like, let's go. If you know me, I was hype. I didn't care what it took to get there. I was going. So I had 2 days in Bangkok, 2 days in Singapore, and then here I am zooming over to Vietnam. Same night that I talked to him, was already planning it to get across the way. So had an expensive lesson. Now, remember, my travels didn't require visas. And if you guys are traveling, keep this in mind. So Bangkok, visa was not required. Singapore, visa was not required. But when I hopped my happy self into Vietnam now requires a visa. And I didn't know this when I landed. I didn't check. I was too excited, got hypey, and that was a very expensive lesson. So they had to call in someone to come take care of the visa process for me from one of the travel agencies. So I'm sitting there with this cheap trip. I was excited. I paid less than $100, I believe it was, to get across the street here, across the way to Vietnam from Singapore. But now I'm paying more for this emergency visa than I did for the ticket to get here. So I'm not tired. I'm not stressed, right? I'm like, let's go. We can still make this happen. And I will tell you something about Vietnam. The weather wasn't great, right? It wasn't great weather. But Vietnam in itself was an incredible experience because what I got to see was a different country, different people holding different conversations. And that alone was just magical. I took some pictures and sent some videos back. The way they treat you as soon as you land is kind of like that welcome home feeling. And that itself is amazing to have anywhere you arrive. Someone treats you like family. That's a beautiful thing. I stayed at the Ibis Hotel there, and the Ibis Hotel, the staff was just very kind. Got some shots with them, had a lot of great conversations with them, and just talking about what is there to do here on the island or here in Vietnam. What is there that I need to do while I'm here? And one of the folks said, he said, hey, man, have you been on the tour? So here in Okinawa, as you guys know, we have the Battle of Okinawa tour, right? That you can go to different locations and see historical monuments and areas that are representative of the war, right? Well, they have the same thing in Vietnam. So imagine having the opportunity to see some of these bunkers, right? And some of these areas and locations where they're actually highlighting where people would stay at night in the little bunker that you pop out on, but you could only come out at nighttime. So you had to stay underneath the ground all day. And they have the little rivers that you see on the movies like Platoon and all that stuff. It looks like muddy rivers, right? The brown water. Like, these are real tours that you can actually experience these things. And because of the weather, I couldn't. That was one reason. The weather, it was spot rains. It was sad because I didn't get a chance to see these things. But the second thing was they wanted to pick me up from the hotel, right? When I reserved it. They're like, we'll pick you up from your hotel. It was great. So this is the tour team. And then the next morning I get the team, hey, you got to meet us at X spot. And I never heard of this place. I'm like, look, dude, y'all say you're going to pick me up from here. I was comfortable with that because I'm not getting myself on one of them scooters downstairs and trying to figure out how to get to where y'all at. I've seen too much crazy driving. I'm coming from the U.S. and Japan. I see myself being a casualty if I get out there trying to drive my way around here. So I was like, nah, I'm not doing it. So I had to cancel. It was sad, but I would tell you, even my time experiencing the different people in the hotel, the lobbies, the workers there, getting out and about around that local area was really fun, and the people really kind. So I definitely got to go back. I don't really think I got a fair shake. I got a lot of tours now that I have to go on, a lot of things that I have to try and experience. They told me about some of the foods I didn't get to try. So again, second segment, I definitely want to share about my trip, 3 countries in 6 days, met some amazing people, and I can't wait to get back. I'm really excited to get back to Vietnam. So where were we at? Where did we leave off? We're talking about 1,440 minutes a day. How you start your day off is where we left off in the first segment, right? How do you start your day? And I'm just going to leave you with some tips. I'm going to tell you some things that are important, magical, and no one probably ever told you this unless you were listening to it in a book or someone just, motivational speaker or something. Watch this. When you wake up and you put your 2 feet on the ground, be grateful. Be grateful that your body woke up. Be grateful that you have another opportunity. Be grateful that you have another day. You can go out there and save a life, change a life, inspire somebody, motivate someone. But more than anything else, you got a chance to go out there and be great. At whatever you do, at whoever you are, and wherever you are, you have a new opportunity to be great. Secondly, go into, if you have a full-length mirror in your house, you go in there and you look at yourself and you tell yourself, you got this. I want you to see yourself, because when you see yourself, you believe it. When you hear it, it's real. You look at yourself in the mirror and you tell yourself, you got this. It may feel funny. It may feel weird. But you just made a promise to yourself that no matter what happens that day, no matter how life punches you in the mouth, you got this. Even if you have a great day, a brilliant day, you started off with gratitude, now you get to come home even more grateful for an amazing day. Get your body going. If you can get up just a little bit earlier to do something so simple as maybe go for a walk. And if you're not going for a walk, go to the gym. Get up, get out, and do something for you. Do something that's getting your body going, your brain moving. Remember something that people don't really tell you often. You are a machine. You are a beautiful, unique, and wonderfully made machine. Just like you drive that car around, when you flip that hood open and you see all those tubes and engines and moving, all the stuff moving. I'm not a mechanic and I cannot fix a car, but I can tell you when I pop the hood, it looks awesome in there, right? You see all these things moving and spinning and noises being made. You don't know what it does. You just know it all has a responsibility to make the car move. Let me tell you something. Inside this, all this is the same action. A lot of things moving, flowing, jumping. You can't hear the sounds I'm guaranteeing you going on, gurgling that you don't hear every single day. Your heart beating. All of these things. Your brain pumping blood, all the pump in the fluids going through your body is doing the same thing as that car engine in that car to get you moving. The fuel pumping back and forth is getting you through your day. So you have to do something to take care of that beautiful machine. And if you can't do it every single day, at least create time, build time into your 1,440 minutes a day to give back to that machine. Somehow. If it's not the gym, pay attention to what you're putting into until you can get to the gym. If you're not working out inside of a building, work out at the room, at home. I'll tell you, I have a whole new appreciation for my body after some of the things you start feeling at 43. At 43 years old, now I'm remembering all those games. I thought I was invincible. All those football games I just kept getting. I couldn't get enough of being on the field. All those gym workouts that I just thought I was Superman and just doing probably horrible damage to my body. All those PT sessions where I'm pushing 20, 40 other people and I'm pushing my body to its limits, but I'm not thinking about what kind of damage long term I might be doing, because see, those hard beat up workouts, right? If you're not doing those things to consistently build your body up, all you're doing is beating your body up, and then you're going on about your day. So if your body's not used to building up the strength around those muscles and around those parts of your body that you're utilizing, it's just like what you're doing to your car every time you hit one of those deep potholes when you're driving. Boom, boom. You're going to know about that later because you just shook something in the engine, right? Every time you bump into something or you hit that curve, bump, bump, that's what you're doing to your body over time. At the beginning, it's nothing. You're still moving. But over time, as the car gets older, and we're talking about you and your body, as your car gets older, those things start coming back to haunt you. That speed bump you hit, that accident you got into, it wasn't really a lot of damage on the surface, but you shifted something. Think about your body. Now, taking all that into consideration, you have an opportunity right now to build those muscles up. So when it's your body's thinking it's time to start making you feel it, nah, player. I was preparing for you. I built my shoulders up so you don't give me them shoulder pains. I built my back up so you can't give me them back pains. I'm building my legs up. I got to stop skipping leg days. So you can't give me these knee pains. Those are the things that you can be doing right now to prepare yourself for those 1,440 minutes of each day in the future. We'll be back right after this break. 78.6 FM Yomitan. Positive vibes will win some. I had another really awesome discussion this weekend about insecurities, right? Insecurities we have and how insecurities hold us back from being the best version of who we are. How insecurities can keep us from flourishing. How insecurities can keep us from trying. Insecurities. If you didn't listen to me in the first segment, I was talking to you about how I was on this island, Miyako-jima, and have been out there the gym for a few weeks, right? I'm nursing a knee injury, new job, classes, night school, transition, all these excuses. I wasn't putting my time into the gym that I usually love to do. Even now, I'm just now getting back in there, right? Wearing some medium shirts just so I can feel big. But listen to me. Insecurities will hunt you. I wore this shirt on purpose. So I put this shirt on today, and 2 weeks ago, before I went on my trip, I wouldn't have wore this because I would have been looking at what my belly looks like, how it's too tight around my arms. I don't have the definition I like to have. My chest is sagging a little bit more than it normally does. I would have kept myself from coming in here on this radio show wearing this shirt because of insecurities. But I said it's about that time that I need to stop being insecure about who I am. It's about that time that I got to stop haunting my own future, right? Being that thing in the background that's keeping me from pushing forward, moving forward, showcasing who I am now, here. So the thing about insecurities is those are only as strong and powerful as you allow them to be. You can have an insecurity in the back of your mind. You can still do exactly what it's trying to keep you from doing. Insecurities about who you are keep you from having valuable relationships. Insecurities about who you are keep you from doing things that'll probably change your life. I just told you again, I'm on this beautiful island. We had this island. We went to this other part, Miyakojima, where the beach had it all to ourselves. In the water. Come on, come get in. Me, thinking about what my body probably looks like. I didn't want to get my shirt off, and I didn't want to get in the water. And I just missed out on this opportunity to be in that beach, to see the clear water. Making up all these excuses. Jellyfish. I don't know about this side of the island. But the truth is, I was insecure in the moment to just be me. Just enjoy that moment. Probably a moment that'll never, next time we go to that beach, it may not be a beach you can have all to yourself. But I lost that opportunity based on insecurities. Imagine that. People not working out because they don't want to go to the gym and people to look at them because I'm overweight or I'm underweight. I don't have the muscle this guy does. I don't have the tone. Don't want to go to the gym because I don't want someone looking at me the way I look in my shorts or in my those are insecurities. You go be you. Do you. I don't want to go dance at this club that I love this song, but I don't want to dance because I don't want nobody laughing the way I look. You see this video on my Facebook. I didn't care. I'm getting out there. Yo! When you are in love with who you are, regardless of the insecurities that you have, when you stop allowing them to take power and take over your life, it'll change your life. And a lot of those insecurities are rooted in something that's false. Guarantee you. Why do you think public speaking is one of the most feared things in the world? It's because people are insecure about how they may sound and look in front of others. But I guarantee you 90% of them will get up there and sound amazing. And no one would even know they messed up unless they let them know, I just messed up that. I'm sorry, let me try this again. Nobody would even know. But because it's deep rooted in their minds that they don't sound good, that they don't look good. I have friends now that are using English as a second language. They've learned English as a second language. Some of the folks listening to this show right now that listen just because I'm speaking English. And then they're practicing it. And then they're in their minds about how they sound. When they speak it, they're insecure about how they sound. But on this end of it, you sound fine. I wouldn't know that you don't sound good unless you unless you tell me you messed up. Now, if you see me going, what was that? Then you know. I don't. But until that point, I would have known that you were insecure and that you were struggling or that it was hard for you. You ID yourself based on the insecurities and the things that are rooted in your mind. It's so powerful that it takes people out the game. It's so powerful that it keeps people from being great. It keeps people from trying things. Insecurities are people's worst enemy. It's lack of confidence, lack of belief. Someone somewhere may have said it and it stuck with you. You might have seen it on somebody else and it scared you. But let me tell you, when you take the power away and you just go out there and you focus on just being who you are, where you are in that time. Just take away all this power. I don't care how I look. I'm going to be me. I don't care how I sound. I'm going to be me. As long as I'm tactful and respectful and I'm not being disrespectful to anyone, I'm going to be the best version of me. I'm not going to allow these fears and insecurities to stop me from being great. So if it's you, if you're listening, and this is something that you struggle with, I don't like the way I sound. Guarantee you might be the only person. To the folks who are listening that English is your second language, that alone is something so impressive and so fantastic and so beautiful. You like me, you have the Americans who speak Japanese skoshi. And then we have our Japanese and Okinawan friends who are speaking English fluently. Some speak English better than some friends I know. And they're from America, right? And they sound clearer, but they don't have that confidence. Because somewhere along the line, that fear that other people would make fun of them, that other people wouldn't understand them, that other people wouldn't like the way they sounded, that they don't sound good, got in the way. Take the power away from insecurities. When you take the power away from those insecurities, you take that fear away from yourself and you get out there. Another thing I want to tell you is sometimes you're scared of things that when you actually get out there and do it, you are great. You are amazing. You are wonderful. You are shining. But if you never give yourself a chance to go out there and do it, you never know. How can you travel to all these places and you don't speak the languages? How do you go to all these? Aren't you scared that people won't understand you as an American? You went to Singapore, you went to Thailand, you went to Vietnam, and they don't speak good English. So how did you get around? How did you survive it? I didn't care. I wanted to be in the moment and try. I wanted to go around those places and say, you know what? If I get stuck somewhere, I'm going to try. I don't care what I got to use in my body sign language. I don't care what I have to use. I'm going to enjoy the moment, the place, the location. It's my time right now. 78.6 FM Yoma Time, Positive Vibes will win some. This third segment is always supposed to be dedicated to the Integrated Resiliency Team on Kadena Air Base. And forgive me, guys, I wanted to finish up that message before we jumped into ours. The Integrated Resiliency Team this month is talking about mind and body connections, which are beautiful, right? Once you understand how powerful your mind is, and once you understand how much of a machine and a force your body is, everything changes. Your body will achieve what your mind believes. And for those folks who don't believe me when I say that your body can't achieve what your mind believes, picture the version of you want. Picture it right now. I don't care if you're fat or skinny. I don't care if you're tall or short. The only thing you can't do, and when you get a certain age, is grow anymore, right? And you can't make yourself shorter. But picture the physical specimen of a person that you want to be. How far can you run? How high can you jump? I'm not talking about superheroes and Marvel and Disney. I'm talking about as a human reality. How strong are you? Picture that person for me. How strong are you? How fast are you? What are you capable of doing? Now, if you're one of these people that have limitations, right? Missing limbs, injuries that prevent you, okay, that's a whole different story, because now you've had to find a way to do similar things a different way, which is beautiful in itself, and I'll get to that. But listen to me, for those folks who are just getting up, everyday guy, and you're not the person that you want to be physically, how do you get there? So many stories and so many examples of athletes, so many examples of folks that I've worked with, military and civilian, who had started at a point to where they couldn't run. Let me tell you a perfect example. We go through training and we have to run 1.5 miles. Check this out, 1.5 miles, right? So people get out there who've never ran a mile. And I ran track in high school, but you got these kids who for the first time, they got to run 1.5 miles when they get to training, basic training for the military. And they're dying. I mean, they get a half a lap, not a mile, not a half mile, a half a lap. And they're gassed, winded, crying. But they keep going. And the instructor, whoever the coach out there yelling, go, you keep, I better not see you. I better not pass you. You, rah, 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 right? And so they're in that person's head, pushing them. You got this. Now, the reason why they can, right? You can't just go out there and send somebody and throw them to their deaths on the track. But the reason why they can do that is because they fed them right. They've hydrated them correctly. And now they're just trying to push them physically, right? So they're putting everything inside of the individuals that they need. Now they need them to realize how much they can put back, how much they can give, how much they have in them. And when they get through those 6 weeks, half lap gas, by the time we finish, every person on those teams can run a mile and a half. Every one of them. So you think about these other branches who are running miles, 2-3 miles. They can, but they had to start somewhere. They had to know in their mind that they could. No matter what their body tried to tell them sometimes, imagine what your body's saying. Hey, bro, I don't know. Got to run that first lap, bro. You might want to just go ahead and hang it up. But in your mind, if you believe, no, I got more. I can do this. Breathe, Winston, breathe. Hey, we got to run that first one. We got 5 more. Come on. Got to run that second one. We got 4 more. Hey, we got 1 more. Think about what your mind, you have to tell yourself when you're out there. And that is with everything you're trying to accomplish physically. Bigger arms, running longer, breathing better, the relaxation tips that you get, being able to be mindful, all these things that I won't even say mindful, being able to stretch like for yoga, or being able to do things with your body that you couldn't do a year ago. By the end of 2022, you still got almost 6 months. Do you know what you can do? It's consistency. It's belief. It's putting your mind to work. Your body can achieve what your mind truly believes. End quote. Hey, man, I'm going to tell you something. I didn't believe it. I remember achieving a lot of things in sports and achieving a lot of things in the military that I honestly didn't think I could. And it's always so rewarding at the end. So I'm really proud to be a part of this journey that we are on the next couple of weeks with the Integrated Resiliency Team on Kadena Air Base. Putting your mind to work and making your body work, right? Telling your body that you can. And when your body or your mind is telling that you can't, telling your mind to shut up and letting your body take over. Being able to do that body-mind connection is so magical. 78.6 FM Yoma Time, positive vibes with Winsome. Something to keep in mind when you're genuinely kind to people. When you're using your gifts to uplift others. When you're constantly practicing gratitude. The universe, you can say God, you can say the universe, you can say whatever you worship, believe in, will see your heart and it'll find a way. Make a way for you. And what I want to tell you with all of these things we're talking about, from the trips, adventures, to the fitness, to your anything with your body, your mind, your time, you can be, do, or have anything you truly believe in. You are loved, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. See you next week.